honestly, because it does not take brains to become rich in these markets. And there's somebody out there that's way stupider than you, that's way less qualified than you, that's going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity simply because they had their eye on the ball and simply because they put some cash to the side. So I don't want to like overstate how important that is. Now, as you guys can tell, I'm a little bit more tired than usual. I got 2 hours of sleep last night after a long day yesterday. So I'm going to be I'm going to make this stream a little bit shorter than usual. What I want to do is just show you guys the levels I'm watching. And CA members, the most important part of this conversation was the crypto conversation that we just had. So if you guys heard that loud and clear, if there's nothing else you take away from this call, please buy that dip, please. All right. Are we live on YouTube? We are live on YouTube. Okay. What's up, everybody? Roy Dunya, CEO, co-founder, ChartAddicts. Coming at you guys live from sunny Miami, Florida. We're doing a YouTube live trading stream. I'm going to show you guys how I look at markets. I'm going to show you guys how to trade this Russian-Ukraine war crisis. And I'm going to show you guys how to really keep your eye on the ball. A lot of folks like to think about these circumstances in like a very real sense, right? So it's like the moral judgments. They want to make, like everything just starts to take a much more personalized view for everybody because they're like, oh, how could this happen? Oh, da 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 da. In all reality, guys, this is so far away, we're not going to really feel the impacts unless the United States gets involved or wherever you guys live in the world. If you guys are actually in those regions, please stay safe. But if you're not in those regions, I don't think it's going to spread. I don't think it's going to spill over. So the most important thing that you can ask yourself is, okay, there's going to be downside effects to what's happening here. How can I take advantage of those? The very, very first one is buy the crypto dip. That's the simplest and easiest thing that you guys can do today to make your financial situation better. The rest of it is let's try to take advantage of trading spot, trading spot Forex, trading spot indices. And let's see if we can take that money out and then put it into NFTs and put it into cryptos after. So big priority, big priority. If you guys are ready to start streaming, if you guys are ready for me to go through these markets, please put something in the chat. I know I'm asleep, but that doesn't mean you guys have to be. So let me see if I can feed off some of this energy. Put something in the chat if you guys are alive. Put something in the chat if you have a pulse. Put something in the chat if you're ready to start trading. If you guys are on YouTube, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe so this thing get boosted all over the world to everybody on YouTube. It'd be much appreciated. And put something in the chat on YouTube as well if you guys are ready to make this money.
They're ready.
What's up, T?
What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Not much. Getting to it. We buying this crypto dip.
Bought hella Solanas last night.
Oh, speaking my language. I woke up and just went crazy with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano. I bought Algorand on some shit.
Oh, yeah. I have Algo too. I just put like 500 yesterday.
Slide. He said, I feel amazing. Yep. I'm blessed. I feel incredible. Magnanimous. Okay. Beautiful. Let's get to work, people. Let's get to work. So I'm going to show you guys the few things I'm looking at. The Nasdaq trade hit TP3 yesterday. Single-handedly the biggest. Guys, I'm going to tell you guys this, like just a personal secret. This Nasdaq trade was the single biggest trade I've ever had. So if you guys saw me kind of offload my energy yesterday in the chat and I was getting a little excited and I was talking my shit, you know what I'm saying? That was not a responsible thing to do. You got to keep the emotions in check. I personally just couldn't hold it in. I was really excited about what happened. This market dropped for 8,700 pips. 8,700 pips. So who took this trade in the chat just so I can see a show of hands? The whole concept behind this trade was pretty straightforward. I've been going through this since Sunday. You look left at this area right here, this daily zone. So as long as we're below that daily zone, see resistance, turn to support. So when we look left and we see these key levels go from resistance to support, we know that they're a key level for the market. And since the market is a creature of habit, they usually tend to retest those same zones, give or take a few pips because they're trying to kick you out, but They usually retest those zones before they continue. I have these red zones down here. These are my levels. And what's crazy is I have to keep putting new levels just to be able to keep up with this market. If you're smart, you'll look here. You'll see the ones in red. Those are my red zones. You'll write down these numbers and put them on your own chart. Now, let's go look at this trade. The Nasdaq trade, we had a bearish drop already. And then price had come up and rejected the red zone. So what I did was I put a sell limit at the red zone. We got hit to the wick. It dropped about 300 pips. Then it came back to retest one more time and then ended up dropping. So all day yesterday was just dropping, printing red, printing red, printing red, printing red, printing red. It hit TP1, TP2, TP3. And yeah, trades like this don't always run this efficiently. But because of how many things are happening in the economy, this was due to crash. Guys, keep in mind, we're 2 weeks away from the first interest rate hike. Okay? When they raise the interest rates, the markets are going to crash because I still feel like the markets don't really expect Jerome Powell to raise the rates. I think they think that he's bluffing. I don't think he's bluffing. I think he's going to raise the rates for sure. Now, how many times, we don't know. So that's already bearish for the markets. Then you add this geopolitical conflict on top, and it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. So I was bearish on this regardless. I wasn't just bearish on this because of the Ukraine situation, but the Ukraine situation definitely added an extra level of confirmation to this trade because I knew that no war is going to be good for technology stocks. Keep in mind, technology stocks are forward-looking. You don't buy Tesla because you think that Tesla's going to get you rich today. You buy Tesla because you know that they're going to be the leader in the carbon revolution in the future, and you're betting on the future. Now, when war starts to happen and recessions happen and you have to feed your family and you have to like do things today, you can't eat Tesla stock. You can't eat things that are like 15, 10 years forward-looking. So what you do is you sell off the speculative shit, and you go and you put it into things that are safer today, and then you go in and take that money out later and buy the dip on Nasdaq. That's what investors do. Does that flow make sense? What we're talking about now is money flow. Javier says, I can't see the screen. Is it just him or is it everybody?
Just him.
Okay. That'd have been pretty embarrassing. I did that before, but I did 20 minutes of a call once that I was muted the whole time and nobody said shit. And I was just sitting there, and I'm pretty sure it was the most fire call I've ever done in my life. And everybody was just sitting there like watching me do this like charade for 20 minutes. So if you guys ever can't see my screen or can't hear me, please let me know sooner rather than later. I'm going through real quick to go look at the chat on YouTube. Jonah said, I can't wait for the FX Summit. Me and you both. That's really what I'm doing here in Miami. I was meeting with vendors. I'm meeting with contractors, and finally got the spot for the post-conference dinner. I'm really looking forward to that now. He said, yo, what's good, my boy? Love your interviews, man. I think I've watched nearly all of them. First live I'm joining in on. My guy, good to see you. I appreciate that support. And I'm looking to have all of the podcasts on Spotify and Apple Music here ASAP. So if you guys are on the go and want to listen to those, get that ASAP. Austin, what the hell are you doing on YouTube, man? Get on the Zoom. Austin is one of our educators, brilliant NFTs, brilliant in the NFT space, also a stand-up trader. But get your ass off the YouTube, man. Get on the Zoom. I feel like the USD is going to drop after today. The DXY is crazy on the daily. The DXY is crazy on the daily. I feel like it's going to drop. You guys realize how stupid that sounds? What part of that statement was based in fact? What part of that was based on analysis? What part of that was based on like, I feel like the DXY is going to drop. It's looking crazy on the daily. You see what I'm saying? Nasdaq has dropped more than when it did in 2008. In points, yes, but in relative terms, no. In 2008, we dropped 127% of the previous swing low. That's a shit ton of money out the system. In terms of percentage, I think we're about 40% now, probably a little bit less. We're probably around 30 to 40%. I'll measure it here in a second. Will the conference sell out soon? I think general admission tickets are going to be good for the next few months, but VIP tickets are almost sold out. If you guys are looking to get the elite or VIP tickets, you probably have about a month at best. At best. Please give idea one trade. Goodbye. Will you be making another channel around NFTs or NFT content on this channel? We have Crypto Addicts as part of the core brand that we have. And so if you guys want to learn about crypto, if you guys want to learn about NFTs, come become a ChartAddicts member. All right. I hope you guys understand the podcast is a side thing that we did just out of the kindness, really out of kindness. Like I was having these conversations with Q. I was having these conversations with Uncle Ted. I was having these conversations in private. And I kept thinking to myself how valuable it would be for other folks to hear this. Because I could take notes and try to like regurgitate it, but I just feel like it would resonate more if you heard it from them. But what we really do here is ChartAddicts is a personal coaching service. We work one-on-one with traders. So a lot of folks think that we're like the YouTube people. A lot of folks think that we just do like these streams. Guys, we do this every single day for our members. We have FX, spot FX. We have crypto and NFTs and everything in between. Just want to give you guys a heads up in case you don't know what we do. And again, if this is your first time on the stream, my name is Roy Dunia, co-founder, CEO, Chart Addicts. We're coming at you guys live to go through the markets and hopefully catch some positions and trade this Russian news. Okay, great to see everybody this morning. Let me show you guys my trade levels and let's get to work. If there's any pairs that you guys want me to look at, put them in the Zoom call, put them in the Zoom chat, and I'll cover those levels and show you how to take advantage. When prices are bleeding very aggressively, you usually get a few spots where the market's either going to make a pit stop, right? Like imagine this is a road trip. The market's been on a road trip for a while. It's got to stop and pick up gas before it continues. Now, how does it do that? There's a few ways. Sometimes it can just accumulate a whole bunch of retail orders by making people go long, short, long, short, long, short. You give up all your money to the market. All of a sudden, you'll have no more money in the markets. So just a plain consolidation. It tests the top, and then you just sell the highs of the consolidation. The second option is a bit of a fake out, and then a continuation to the downside. What happens here is some buyers start to take control over the market because they see the slowdown, but bears have most of the volume, so they end up crashing the market. Or this thing can make a deep retracement, which is very unlikely in this market condition, but we keep all options open, which is you measure the Fibonacci from the very top to the very bottom. You look for a retracement level at the 50, 61, or 78, depending on where previous structure is on the left. For me, I kind of like this previous area of support here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my fib, mark off my levels, and then just patiently wait to see which level gets hit at the market open. I'm still extremely bearish on Nasdaq. I don't think that they've let out all the steam just yet. So 13,600 would be that deep retracement if we actually do get that. Like I said, not very likely in this condition. I honestly feel like we're going to get a push up at the market open, and then we're going to start to wick down. And if we wick down, look for a retest below that zone and short. Does that make sense? How I'm looking to trade Nasdaq? Do ChartAddicts still get a percentage off FX Summit tickets? Yeah, of course. If you're a ChartAddicts member, you get 50% off general admission ticket, and you get 20% off the elite and the VIP tickets. Now, you have to still be a member when you come to the event. Like you can't just like sign up for a membership, get the discount, and then drop. That's a little bit unfair to everybody else. So you still have to be a member. But if you are a ChartAddicts member, you do get that discount. Just keep that in mind. All right, Andrew said U30. Let's go through U30 real quick. Let me show you the levels I'm watching, give you guys some kind of insight. It's very risky, people. Like I really want to tell you guys this honestly. It is very risky to trade conditions where the market's already liquidated this much, because the chances it keeps going is very high. But you also don't want to be shorting the absolute low of the market. Okay, that's the riskiest thing to do, is to short the falling knife, all of a sudden you get caught in a retracement, you lose a whole bunch of money, and then the market goes your way. So in order to avoid that, be very mindful of the fact that you are at the very, very low of this market. So best case scenario for when things like this happen is to wait for retracements and then to short the retracements. Now, because of how aggressive the market is falling, we might not get a retracement. What happens, we might get a push to the downside below 32. What I would do is I would wait for a retracement back to 32.4 or 32.3. Hold on, let me be a little bit more accurate here. I need my extension levels. Okay, beautiful. I put up my extension levels. Price is retesting as resistance right here at the extension, but we're sitting at the daily support. So right now we are consolidating in this range. There are no trades unless you want to scalp. If you want to scalp, you'll buy low and you'll sell high. That's the only option I see right now. If the market liquidates outside of the daily zone, then I would wait for a retracement around 32.3 and look to short it down to the next extension level. And so this is how you guys can use the daily structure of a market, the momentum of the market, and then the Fibonacci's to create a high confluence strategy to trade the momentum. Okay, ChartAddicts members, you guys understand this concept of the multiple confluences, and then understanding the difference between a trending market and a reversing market. We are 100% in a trending market, so we're going to be looking to follow momentum, and that's really the big focus. How will war affect the US dollar? The US dollar is a safe haven. Everyone's dumping their European stocks. Everyone's dumping the euro, and they're going to the dollar. Because why would you hold euros when they're on the brink of war? If you could get Q on more podcast interviews, that would be amazing. We already have 3. If you are not getting enough out of those podcasts, it means that you're looking for entertainment more than value. Because you can have one sentence that Q said, and you could practice that for a year, and it would go a long way for you. Versus if I gave you guys 100 podcasts with Q and you were just listening to them for ear candy. So you have to ask yourself, like, have you really gotten all the points from the previous ones before you're asking for a new podcast? Can you touch on lot sizes and stacking orders? No. Look, guys, some of the really specific stuff, this is for ChartAddicts members. Like, if you guys really want to learn how to trade, you're going to have to go through the process, because I can't just give tips on YouTube and expect folks to actually be able to make money. Every ChartAddicts member in the Zoom call right now understands that it's not just about education. There's a level of discipline, there's a level of practice, and there's a level of consistency involved in learning anything. Right? And that's why, in my humble, very, very braggadocious, in my very humble opinion, the ChartAddicts traders are the most superior traders out today. And not just because of dollar returns, not just because of percentage gains, but because of understanding of markets, understanding of trading, and that when market cycles shift, the ChartAddicts team, I feel like you guys are going to be able to adjust very easily, because you know what you're looking for. You understand the difference between trending markets and reversing markets. You understand the higher time frame flow that we have, the TKTSC. And through those mechanisms, you guys will be able to trade any market, anytime, depending on or regardless of the cycle. Alrighty? That's my that's my shameless plug. Let me go back to Nasdaq real quick, because I feel like we're going to have some good opportunities here. Yeah, I mean, it looks like price is retesting that zone, that daily zone, and it's just going to continue and fill those wicks. But until the candlesticks close, I think it's a little bit too early to just jump in. We're 1 minute away from the market open. Let's see which way the market wants to fake. Like I said, if the market comes back up and stalls here, this would be a great place to short. So the short might only be from 13,200 down to 13,100, but that's still 100 points or 1,000 pips, depending on your broker. FTMO, it's 100. Any unregulated broker, Hugo, KOT, it's going to be 1,000. Top tier is going to be 1,000. So that's the entry, 13,222. Do not rush into that entry. The best case scenario for me is we have a fake to the upside, a break back below, retest, and drop. If I see this retest right here, I'm stacking big. If the market breaks through these lows and just closes down here, then we can wait for a retracement of the downside of this support level, this minor support, 13,100, and then short it all the way through. Risk sizing is very, very important in like when the market's already at the absolute low, when it's already bled hundreds and hundreds of points. You don't want to be sitting there putting your biggest positions at the bottom. Like, let me tell you guys from experience. Like, if you're putting your biggest positions at the bottom, I'm talking about for shorts. If you're trying to trade direction, you're going to get caught in a retest that's going to kick your ass. So best case scenario, wait for retests and do not put a larger position size than you can really afford to take. If the market retraces higher, you can put larger positions at a higher price, but don't go putting full positions at the low of the market. Then you get caught in one of those situations where someone's like, what happened? How'd you lose money? I'm on a coaching call with some of you guys, and you're like, I shorted the very low of the market and I used the biggest lot size I could use for my account. That's a story I don't want to have to hear this weekend when I'm doing the one-on-one calls. So please, please, please make sure that you guys are being responsible with your lot sizing this low in the market. Gold is headed down to the 78%. So if you guys can see a few things, there's actually a pretty like simple strategy I've been using on gold, which is really just trend line and then fib. Trend line, key level, fib. Doesn't get more complex than that. I'm trying to draw this fib as accurate as I can. I'm trying to find some price action zones here. There we go. So the 78 is printed. Let me put the 61. I feel like we might need this. Boom. So right now, price is sitting at the 61. Third touch on the trend line. We'll most likely get a rejection here about 40 or 50 pips. So pretty straightforward trade, 950 up to about 955 or 1955. If we violate a little bit down to the 78 and then close back above, I think this is going to be a great buying opportunity. So continue to trade with the direction of the market instead of just jumping in with the momentum. Wait for the market to pull back to key areas of support and resistance. Use your multiple confirmations by using trend lines, using your price action strategies, naked price action strategies, and then you can find a high probability trade by finding out the zones where all of those confirmations are. So 1944 is the ideal entry. And then 1936 to 1944, I think, is a pretty guaranteed trade. So whenever I see areas like this, I think that shorts from top to bottom is guaranteed. Not guaranteed. Guarantee is a very strong word. High probability without a reasonable doubt. And then from 936 to 944, I think is guaranteed. Now, whether it drops or keeps going, that's up in the air. But having these previous areas of structure gives us a good guideline for how we can trade those areas. Okay. Someone said EU. EU is about as bearish as it can get. A lot of folks, like I said, folks are just dumping into the dollar. Folks are just dumping into the dollar because they want to get out of the euro. And this is a recipe for a bearish EU, right? When you have this is called central bank parity. When you have one central bank doing a policy that's extremely bearish, like the euro, then you have other banks doing bullish monetary policy. Now, this is not central bank parity. This is just currency parity, where the euro is being sold because, they're on the brink of war. Nobody wants to hold their money in the euro while it devalues and potentially destabilizes the currency. So they're going to dump the euro and go put it somewhere else. If you guys can see where they're putting it, it's in the dollar. That's why the dollar is pumping, because as demand gets higher and higher and as supply gets shorter, the price goes up. And so the EU is about as bearish as it can be. Once it hits this double bottom, you're going to get a retracement. So 114, you're going to get a retracement here. How big is the retracement? I honestly can't tell you. I haven't been tracking the EU market for a while. But what I would do is just very simply go down and find the low and the high of that market. Here's the low of my market. So we're getting back to that sort of double bottom situation. Measure with a fib from top bottom. Where's the 61? 61 is right there. Beautiful. Now, I told you guys I didn't get much sleep, so you guys are going to have to do some work for me today. ChartAddicts members, please make me proud. Tell me what we're looking for on EU and tell me how we're looking to trade this. All right, come on. Somebody please make my day. Brian says US 30 and NAS looking the same. Yeah. When people are, when all of the indices look the same, it means that the investors are trading the same idea, which is get out of risky stocks and go put it in something that's about to be a lot safer. Whether that's the yen, whether that's metals, whether that's a dollar, put it in safe haven currencies because when there's war, valuations drop out the sky. Okay, back to DXY is approaching key sell zone on the daily. That is the 97.45. Yeah, it is. I mean, okay, look, you see how the DXY and the EU are inversely correlated? So just as EU is about to form support and then make a retracement, the DXY is about to form resistance and make a retracement down. But it's actually the other way around. I think the dollar is the one really pulling this play. So yeah, both things are true. Both can be very true. This is going to hit the high. It's going to retrace down. Whether it retraces down a little bit or retraces down a lot, that's the whole question. That's why I don't like counter trend trading. I don't want to go long here on EU. A lot of people are like, well, Roy, if you think it's going to bounce that support, why don't you just buy it there? Because I don't want to trade against the trend. That's single-handedly the stupidest thing you can do if you just want to trade simply. If you want to trade simply, find the direction of the market, find the momentum of the market, and then look to trade with that momentum off of retests of high impact zones. All right. If anyone was just paying attention, I just broke down what trading was in about a sentence. If you're paying attention, congratulations. It says all GBPs dropped like crazy. Keanu, if you were a $1 billion hedge fund investor, would you be holding GBPs? Would you be holding euro right now? When those countries like are the heart of NATO, are likely to go to war with Russia? Hell no. Okay, so only Prel had a good idea on EU. The rest of the 49 people on this call, I guess, are just mouth breathing. So he said pull back to the 78, wick it hard, close below the 61, retest and short. Prel, I'm going to give you a free NFT for that answer. If you don't already have a Phantom wallet, make a Phantom wallet and send me the address ASAP. That was the perfect answer. I want to see a pull back to the zone. I want to see a wick up and a close below. If we see that close below, we can short to the downside. Prel, I'm very, very happy with that answer, brother. He said, sorry, I'm watching NAS. Oh, let's go back to Nasdaq for a sec and see what we got going on here. Someone's out here buying this dip. So I want to see this thing break out a little bit. Hit this key level. And continue to crash. What I actually can do is, since we're scalping on the smaller time frame, I'm going to look for the top and the bottom, fib that, find the 78 zone, see if we can short there and just catch the scalp opportunity in the direction of the market and just get out for the day. Short-term fib play, previous support turn resistance, draw this, extend it left, verify the zone first. The real sell level is a little bit higher. So what I'm going to do is adjust, put that line there. And I know it's a little bit messy. Bear with me for a second. Gorgeous. So 13,350 area, 13,350 area is where I'm looking to short. So just as a side note, everybody, make sure to grab your tickets to the FX Summit 2022 conference in Miami. It's going to be the most exciting and the most anticipated conference for traders, investors, crypto lovers, and entrepreneurs. If you guys want to come and get value from some of the biggest names in the space, and they're going to be giving exclusive value, I promise you this. This is stuff that's not included in their 5-day courses, stuff that's not found on YouTube, and stuff that we have never talked about on podcasts. I'm making sure that the information that's provided at this conference is as unique and as valuable as the folks that are coming. That's you. And I really want to see everybody there. I'm working my ass off, and I can promise you guys one thing: the event is going to be extremely valuable, right? I can't promise you guys the hype. I can't promise you guys the after parties. I can't do that stuff. What I can promise you is this will be the most valuable event for yourself as a trader, simply by connecting with other people in the industry and by seeing some of the folks that are in that spot is going to give you a huge advantage in your trading, right? One good piece of advice can take you from being a 3-figure trader to being a 5-figure trader. Don't underestimate the power of surrounding yourself around the right environment. Now, with that being said, price just rejected the 61. This could be our chance to enter. I don't trade the market opens right away. I want to give this a second, let the other retail traders lose money first, and then I want to jump in after they are done blowing their accounts. I just want to see this thing push up just a little bit more, and then we can short it. US 30 views, bro. I already did that. We just went through US 30. Cassie said gold is bleeding. Oh, sheesh. Sheesh. Yeah, it's definitely letting some air out of this. Market. That's kind of crazy. Like taking a buy position right now is very, very risky. But from here to 1944, I think is a pretty straightforward trade. A nice wick rejection, market open, and then it continues to drop, or it just flies. It's very risky, but if you guys are willing to take that risk, use proper risk management. 36 to 44, I think is a pretty valid trade. Personally, I'm not going to take this. I'm looking to trade Nasdaq only. That's my baby. But I just wanted to show you guys kind of what I'm looking at here. From that 35 wick up to the 44 area. All right, so you guys are gonna have to excuse the mess on my chart. I know that there's a lot of levels here. There's a lot of fibs. There's a lot going on. It's crucial for me to have those zones up because that's just how accurate I can. That's the most accurate I can be with my trading. If there's anything you guys are confused about, don't just sit there dumbfounded. Ask a good question. I promise you'll get it answered. And yeah. So price broke out. Now it's making a slight retest. What I want to see is price close below this low. Then what we can do is put a sell limit right here. So essentially price comes down, closes below this low. We put a sell limit back at this red zone right here. That's 13,220. And then we can short this thing to the downside. So give it a second. Wait for these candlesticks to form. Wait for the market to close below. Then we can have a pretty simple trade. No stress. Pretty straightforward. And the market is going to go our way. Oh, nice rejection off gold if anyone took this. So a quick 30 pips, right? Quick 30 pips. Oh, now it's 40. Oh, now it's 45. Okay, well, that's a quick 45, 50 pip trade on gold. Will it hit 1944? Not sure, because the market open is extremely volatile, meaning it's going to whipsaw in both directions. But those high reaction zones are still certified. I think that's the biggest key. Is that if you guys are trading high reaction areas, you'll get the first reaction, but everything after, not guaranteed. Nasdaq is pushing, US 30 is still consolidating. Okay. John Bardes TV said that he signed up for ChartAddicts this morning. John, great to have you on the team. Make sure you schedule a call with a coach as soon as possible that can help you build a trading plan. It's the most guaranteed way for you to succeed in these markets is to have an accurate plan that's fact-checked by somebody who knows what they're doing. Looking forward to having you on the team. Welcome. If you get this trade goes the way you predicted it, I will sign up to be a ChartAddicts member today. Luis Nunez said that. Brother, with all due respect, I don't actually care whether you sign up or not. Don't hold ultimatums against me. I'll kick you out of this chat. Do you only trade off the daily levels, H4 or H1 as well? Most of my zones are found on the higher time frames. My executions are done on the smaller time frames. What's your most reliable fib level? It depends on the market that you're trading. Some markets respect other fib levels. Some markets respect the same fib levels. Pretty straightforward. I really feel like this is going to be a later today kind of move. Instead of doing what we normally do, which is I kind of just shoot the shit for an hour. I have a pretty busy schedule, so I want to show you guys the levels I'm looking to enter. When you guys get off this call, if you're looking to make money on Nasdaq, if it gets up into this range and rejects, put that sell limit, short it down. If the market closes below the red zone, put the sell limit, continue to short it down. What are those levels? Well, you've had about 32 minutes on the stream to figure that out. So I hope that you guys were taking notes. U30, same thing. I think we're going to expect a bit of a pullback and then a drop. The only things that I could see that would turn this bias around is if the United Nations Security Council releases some news where it's like a major ceasefire announced with Russia, new deal talks on the way. That sort of rumor is going to be pretty positive for the market. It'll eventually crash after, but those sorts of rumors are what the financial media like to put out in order to recover markets. Like Bloomberg, they're invested in more stocks than anybody else. When they get onto TV to try to give investors an idea of what's going on, they have a bias. Same with CNBC, Yahoo Finance, and the rest. So what they're going to try to do is artificially try to recover the markets through good news, saying there's going to be a stalemate, whatever. Then it's 2022, so everyone has social media. You're going to see the bombings, you're going to see the fires, you're going to see the casualties, and then the markets will continue to crash. So short-term pump, long-term short. That's like the big picture play. Today, it's basically just 13,400 shorts or 13,220. Really appreciate that breakdown. Had some realizations. No doubt, brother. Jonah Dillard said he's ready for the FX Summit. Jonah, I'm ready to see you there. What's the best time to trade NAS? Depends on the person you are. If we sign up for ChartAddicts, do we get coaching for both Forex and crypto NFTs? Yes. Now, mostly we have spot Forex trading. That's the majority of what we coach, but we do have folks that are qualified in crypto and NFTs to be able to give you that one-on-one value. What are we actually looking for on NAS to do? I just joined. So my boy want to show up 48 minutes late to the stream talking about, give me a trade. I'll let you guys make up your minds in the YouTube comments if you guys want to give him the trade idea or not. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta shift some settings here. But so far, so good. Make sure you guys are buying the crypto dip. I don't know how many times I can say that without it getting old. Whoa. MT4 snitching on me. Yep. So like I was saying, most important thing that you guys are doing is look at the crypto dip and buy that, because investments is not like trading. When you're trading for profit and for cash flow, it's a short-term decision that you're trying to make. You have to make high-quality decisions very often. When you invest, you only really have to make 2 decisions: when you buy it and when to sell it. Well, 3 decisions: when you buy it, when you sell it, and how big to go in. So it's a lot easier for you guys to make significant jumps in your finances by using investments as opposed to trying to get rich off trading. What you should be doing is pulling cash flow from trading and putting it into investment vehicles that can double or triple for you, such as NFTs and cryptos. Just keep that in mind. Oh, and as usual, I know there's folks in the chat that are thinking to themselves, the market's pumping up. Why didn't they call it buy? If you guys want to trade against the market momentum, please help yourself. But personally, I just want to trade the momentum of the market. And right now, the momentum of the market is about as bearish as it can be. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe just so that the algorithm boosts this to other people. If you guys like this stream, then more people can come see it. If people don't like this stream, then at least you can get other people on to come and talk shit with you. So either way, make sure that you guys hit like and subscribe on this video if you're watching on YouTube. Help us boost this out to as many people as possible. I appreciate every single last one of you guys for that support. Ronaldo says, your podcast keeps me motivated. I appreciate your content. Ronaldo, I appreciate the support, brother. More good podcasts on the way. I have a podcast with Grant Hardy dropping. I don't know if you guys know who Grant is. He's one of the folks that works on Top Tier. He kind of deals with the client-facing side with all the traders. He does a bunch of stuff with Trader Society, with Anthony's World. The kid's brilliant. I don't say he's a kid. He's a grown man. The guy's brilliant. Really want to get him on the podcast and pick his brain. So that's going to be this week's podcast. Hope you guys are excited about that one. Because I know I am. All right, so dollar is at the daily zone. Let's see if we get a breakthrough or rejection. If we get a rejection, then EU. This idea. All right, I'm sending this out to the CA members. Boom, boom. If you guys are watching at home, you guys, this is what the ChartAddicts backend looks like. We got signals, high-risk signals, VIP main chat, crypto, updates, book club, which we actually haven't used in a while. The NFT chat, this is where we send out NFT signals, NFT projects worth watching, how long to hold, et cetera, et cetera. That's the public chat. Spanish chat, very excited. FAQ and the results. You see folks making money, because that's my favorite. Making money is cool, but seeing other people make money is even more exciting to me. Member setup, this is where you guys can just interact, post everything that you guys want about your charts. And so ChartAddicts members, if you guys aren't utilizing these, make sure you guys get in here and really interact with the community. It will give you an advantage in your trading. And then each individual educator has their own channels, so you guys can follow their strategy if there's something that resonates with you that they're doing. All right, I'm going to start to scale in. I'm going to start to scale into shorts for NAS. And so my first position, I'm entering right now at 13.3. It's a little bit early. So if you guys are using a small account, wait for a higher entry, Like this thing could still push up a little bit higher and then drop. So if you guys are using a small account, don't just rush into every trade that I take. If you guys have a larger account, you can scale in with me, which means put a small position here, put your largest position here. So that's my advice to everybody. If you're using a small account, do not jump into the riskier trades. Wait for the lower risk trade. Get a smaller stop loss. That way you can take advantage without having to over risk on your account. So that's my first position. The second position is going to be up here. The second one is about a 5 or a 4.5 to 1. This first one is about a 2 to 1 R&R. He said gold is getting slammed. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really understand why metals were pumping so much. Guys, Alex G, Mr. Set and Forget is asking to get on the stream. Should I invite him on? He said he is on his own Zoom right now, not for long. Hold up. Alex G, yeah. Mr. Set and Forget. So Stefano, Mr. Gold Goat, says that it looks like gold was just shaking out some weak hands. And it looks like it wants to pump back up. Yeah, the trade's valid. The trade is valid. The trade is valid. Oh. Oh. Yep. Said it shook me out. Oh man. So I was just that sound was I was just adjusting my my levels on NAS, my stop loss level on NAS, because I want to give it enough room to breathe, honestly. Because I still think that we can get up here and play around before we drop. So that's that. He said it's very volatile. I mean, guys, when you're trading this high impact news, let's have an honest conversation before anything else. If you are trading this high impact news, this is not for the weak of heart. This is not for the person who just started trading 2 weeks ago. This is not for the person that you lose one trade and you start to get down on yourself. Trading these conditions is not for the folks that have not gotten a grip over the reality of trading. Trading these conditions is only for folks that are willing to accept the risk of this volatility. All right. There are no rules to these markets when the markets are doing something new, right? There was a playbook back in the day for Russia invading Ukraine, but everything has changed. Since the pandemic, we've printed 2.1 trillion. Cryptos have a larger market cap than some of these small metals. So it's extremely volatile. There are risks involved in trading in general, but specifically trading high impact news events. So if you are not prepared to risk money in order to make money, please do not take these trades. I'm just going to say that straight up. The last thing I want to see is folks getting down on themselves off of one losing trade or off of one, situation. Make sure you guys understand the reality of this. We're about, folks are talking about World War III. Ask yourself how straightforward the markets are going to be in an environment like that. They're going to be pretty shaky. They're not going to look the same that they usually do. So if you're one of these traders that's been preparing for a while, you're flexible, you understand key levels, you understand reversals, you can take advantage of these conditions. Just don't get greedy by holding trades too long. That's a big piece in this. Yesterday, I was going to hold till TP3 and I just took it out. I took it out earlier because I was like, I'm going to be honest. Like I was up crazy. And I could have just held it to TP3, but why? So best decision I've made. So far, so good. Nice rejection. So far, so good. I'm back in profits on my first position. We're chilling though. It's still early, still very, very early in this game. That 30-minute candle, it is a little bit bullish, but here's what I want you guys to pay attention to. Momentum is cool, but look at closures. Here's the high. This is still a lower high. Although this candlestick is very aggressive on the 30-minute, which is a very small time frame, as long as the highs are getting lower and the lows are getting lower, we're still in a bearish market. And so I'm going to take my chances shorting the retests, okay? Just to give you guys some context on that trade. Yeah, gold's looking good. It's a patience game with gold. It's a patience game. We good. Seeing some blues. And gold is looking good too. Stefano, great call, per usual. Alrighty, y'all. Any comments, questions, concerns? Do you guys understand what I'm looking at on NAS for my re-entries? Do you guys know what I'm looking at on NAS for my first entry? Any questions at all, let me know so we can get those all figured out. And we can hop off the stream. And I love streaming, guys. I'll be completely honest. I love getting on these streams. Probably the highlight of my week. But I do have a pretty busy schedule today, unfortunately. So I gotta make some shake here. I'm trying to get you guys as much value as possible about these levels so you can make your decisions. So let me know if there's anything that you guys want me to go through. Stefano, great call on gold. That's an easy 40, 50 pips again. So look at the 4 hour real quick. 4 hour is starting to reject that daily zone, this yellow area. Let me get rid of the fibs real quick. It's rejecting this yellow area. It can either just flip bearish and close below the red line or come up and fill, test one more time, and then come back. I think the second option is more likely just based on my experience with Nasdaq. But for now, I'm still in that first position, holding. It is what it is. If we don't get a retest of 13,400, waiting to break below 1322 retest and continue down, yes. There we go, Mike. It's a three-step process. Step one, price has to break back below the zone. Step two, the retest has to break below, has to be below the zone, and then step 3 is the retest has to reject that level. So you can't just have the market break under, the market come back and close right here with a body and no wick. You need to see that price at least try to break back above, but bears had too much control. I hope that made sense. If that distinction doesn't make sense, I'll cover it in more detail on another call. So I got 302 as my entry. Did anybody else enter this? I got 13,302. We're about 50 points, about 500 pips in profit on that first position. $13,302. That was the original position, and a little bit of profits on that one. And I'm just gonna hold. So I'm gonna go back and just like keep an eye on this throughout the day. Ladies, gents, I really do have to get up. One, I have to leave this hotel because check out 11 a.m. You guys know the drill. And 2, got to get on with these errands. Last questions. Any last questions? Please put them in the chat or forever hold your peace. How to access the Discord? Go to chartaddictsfx.com. Go hit sign up, and then choose the plan that's right for you. Most folks, this is the plan that you're really looking for, is the ChartAddicts membership. The 99 includes personal coaching with myself and the rest of the team. So this is one-on-one. It's not like group setting stuff. It's literally one-on-one, your results, your timing, your schedule, etc. Not all educators are available all the time. So you might have to adjust your schedule to be able to access some folks like myself, but we are making ourselves available. Education is courses. You get daily trading calls and recordings. We do these every single day. Sometimes we do 2 or 3 calls a day. We have the members chat where you can interact with the coaches. You can interact with the educators and other traders. The signals channel, because you guys know we got it like that. And the educators section to learn individual strategies from folks who all trade similar, naked price action, but have an individual approach to execution. That's the ChartAddicts membership. For only $99 a month, you get all this shit. Crypto access, we also have a signals plan, $60. There's no education involved. It's strictly just the signals. So you guys choose what you want to do. And my serious traders, the ones that are looking to be here for the long term, you're not just here for a quick buck. You're not just here for a quick day because you saw something on Instagram. Instead, you actually want to do this long term. You want to get the elite 6 months. That means that for 6 months, you're actually going to be committed to trading. The reason we offer this plan is because people overestimate what they can do in a month, but they underestimate what they can get done in 6 or a year. There's a lot of progress that can get made in 6 months to a year. All right. So don't rush yourselves. Don't expect to change your entire life in a month. But if you are forward thinking, if you are long-term minded, that's going to be a great place for you guys to really commit to something longer term. Let me know in the chats before we hop off, who took the gold trade off of that 35 level?
I think I'm on.
Yo. What's up, Alex?
What it do?
Guys, give Mr. Set and Forget a warm welcome in the chat. Let him know that he's welcome here. Let him know that y'all excited to have him on the stream.
What's up, guys?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Everything's chilling. I said no way. What it do?
Not much, man. We going long on gold. So I'm very long metals because of this whole Russia situation. And I'm short on Nasdaq and a little bit of drawdown. We holding though.
Long on gold. Yeah, I can see the longs on gold. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the longs on gold. That's crazy, bro. I literally look at the charts and I'm just like, bro, what is going on? Like, I woke up right now and I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
200 pip drops on GU and GJ.
Yeah.
9,000 pip drop on the indices.
Yeah. It's been ridiculous, bro. I'm just scared for the cryptos, bro. Yo, I'm in so much drawdown on cryptos, like I'm fucking scared, bro.
The first thing I said when I got on this call is if you're not buying this crypto dip, you don't love yourself.
Bro, I wish, bro. I was one of the guys that entered like at 60K, like up there. Yeah, no, bro. Well, not even like even in the altcoins, because I bought a shit ton of altcoins, bro.
But I mean, look, in 2017, I made the same mistake. Worst thing you can do is sell at a loss. If you hold it in the next bull cycle, you're gonna go back and be in profit. So now, if you got some sitting around, I would buy more. Hedge yourself out of drawdown.
That's what Emil tells me, bro. But I'm like, bro, you have 80% in drawdown. So I'm like, bro, how much fucking more can I go in, dude? Like, I mean,
Bro,
anywhere is zero. Like, it's just all gone, you know? Like,
bro, if Emil's giving crypto advice, I'm taking notes. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
for real.
Yeah, bro, that guy is like, the guy is like that. Bro, remember when we went to go to Q's event at the wharf?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, flexing his
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
he's really like that. That's serious. That's serious cash, brother.
Well, he did get some nice positions at like before the bull run, so that's why he had like that big like run. You get me? He did get some really, bro. He bought so many altcoins like before the bull run that when that shit hit, everything was 10, 15x.
That's where we're at today. I'm saying it's a Black Friday sale. If you
I
have
know,
money,
but I bought at the 10. I bought at the 10x. So like, you know, like,
oh shit! But they're calling you the swing goat in this chat. Javier says
Yeah.
the boot camp's gonna be lit.
Yeah, the boot camp is gonna be lit. The boot camp. I mean, I'm already gonna start on Monday, so that shit is gonna be pretty crazy.
And yo, guys, Alex is a little humble, so I'm gonna do this for him. He's starting a new podcast, the Set and Forget podcast. You guys should check it out as soon as it comes out. Make sure you guys follow at FXAlexG on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow this man.
Appreciate you. You guys gonna be on to me. I'm gonna bring out Royce. He's my first special guest, and we're gonna drop some pretty intense heat.
Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it. Oh, the YouTube comments going crazy. He said, "Bless up, Alex. What's up, Alex?" Hashtag Set and Forget. Is there a virtual version of the FX Summit? No. What we're considering doing is streaming the event. But I just think it's going to take away from the actual value of the event. So, guys, don't be lazy, right? Just make it out here. Somebody that says, "Oh, flights are expensive." Get on your Uber Eats, do whatever the hell you have to do, get your capital together. But I promise you guys, the value of this event is going to be priceless.
Bro, all of us in the same room is pretty fucking crazy to me, bro. I still don't know how you've managed to round this up. That's why I'm just like, bro, just keep doing your thing, bro. I have no idea.
Oh man.
Shit, it's pulling back. But yo, appreciate you, Roy, for having me on. I hope you guys have a great rest of your trading day. More profits to all of you guys, and then I'll see you guys in the summit.
No doubt.
Take it easy, Roy.
Bye, brother. All right, y'all. That's pretty cool, eh? Get some guests. I'll get Q Banks on next time. All right, folks. Great to see everybody. I really got to fuck off and get everything set up. If you guys have any questions on pairs, please put them in the chat. You guys know the coaches are active. And if you guys have any of your own opinions on these pairs and what they're doing, please post them in the setups chat so that other folks can see your perspective and maybe it'll make sense even for some of the more experienced traders. All right.